Alright.
Share on a page you manage, that'd be fine. Did you hit start?
On the Twitch, yes. I didn't see this yet. Fortune Comics and tag a game. Do we normally tag a game?
No, I just roll it. Is OBS broadcasting?
Holla should be. I did hit stream. I did hit to start that boy up.
You can check the Twitch preview to see if that's working.
Yep.
Lit. How does this work? Oh, well, that's fine. Yeah, I can hear myself.
Sweet.
And now we gotta get the scoreboard assistant back up.
Mm-hmm.
But, my dudes, welcome to Forest Moon Comics and Gaming Friday Night Magic. I'm Y. Garing.
I'm Austin Henry.
And once I get done playing around these settings, we'll have some hot, fresh Magic the Gathering for you. Between, oh man, no. Well, it looks
Kevin
like,
Phillips.
between Kevin Phillips and, he didn't even give me
guy
a
that
name.
plays Dredge.
That doesn't help me put his name here.
True. I thought you might know.
Alright, let me get our ugly mugs out of here, and we can get this down there. Video input, view capture 7, hide that boy. No, hide that boy. There we go. I don't know why. Hopefully the stream's coming through crunchy, but right now we're on our side. The camera's taking a little bit to get caught up, so hopefully before long we'll get there.
Yeah.
But let me get everybody's names in here. I'm gonna see player on the right is definitely Kevin Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Phillips, and he is definitely not on Dredge tonight.
Oh yeah.
He lied. We were bamboozled. And Kevin
Looks
should
like
be on.
he's on Ponza. He's on
Yep.
Ponza. Yep.
Let me go down and get his name here in a sec. It's Ian Boo, actually. Ian B O E, I think.
That's weird.
I'm pretty sure that's his name, but I will go down and check here in a sec. And Kevin is on concession already, so.
God. Well, it's hard because, whatever he puts his land on, he just molten rain it.
Yes, so Kevin's on.
His
I'm just gonna put it as ramp because he could be playing like 4-color tonight. He could be playing just mono green.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, I think he took the tooth and nail out.
Last week he did.
Yeah.
He had one in his deck. This week I think he probably went back to his regular list. But we'll find that out.
And then we could go ahead and fix the records and rounds.
Round 1 of 4. Records. Score.
1-0.
Yep. 1-0. And.
No, we're not round 4 or 5. We gotta fix that.
Oh, what? Alright. We might be on 5 rounds tonight, though. I didn't see on the way down when we were at 14 whenever I was there about 10 minutes before we started. So, we might have 5 rounds of Modern coming at you tonight. The Darkinator.
Yeah.
Carnage, beautiful face. Oh, boy. Alright, let me go down, though, and make sure that I have Ian's name correct. And then, once these guys get done sideboarding, which... Actually, before I go down there, who do you feel's favored here? I mean, we did already see Kevin Phillips. Yeah. Kevin Phillips already lost a game before we even got time to get set up, so...
Ponza's super strong against any kind of ramp that uses the enchantments on the lands, because if he drops 1 or 2 on the same land, he's getting knocked back a couple of turns.
The other thing that's really awkward for him, though, is he can't count on Kevin to be, like, his Blood Moons and Ponza aren't as well, because Kevin also even runs Blood Moons. So, like, the Blood Moons and whatnot. And then sideboard, neither of them can really have any type of board wipe, because they both end up hurting themselves.
No, like, Anger of the Gods or anything like that.
I mean, I think they probably still run it, but it'll be a little bit clunkier.
Yeah.
It's not going to be your best option here. It's not going to stop what you want to do. I think Ian, I agree. I think Ian's definitely going to be... It's going to be a hard matchup for Kevin.
I I just feel like the board wipes that they do have in there, it's not going to matter later in the game because they have sweepers, not wipes.
Yeah, I think the bigger thing is just the fact that Ian's gonna be able to keep Kevin off of land, because Kevin's big game plan is to suit up one maybe 2 lands.
Yeah.
Where Ian just kind of has Molten Rain and such for that.
I know Ian is playing Platinum Empyrean in his deck list. Oh, he was a couple weeks ago when I played against him.
I don't think that's good here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him side it out. But he doesn't know Kevin's deck. If he doesn't know Kevin's deck, it could be great.
Yeah.
But Kevin, if he gets to go off, he'll be able to play Tooth and Nail and then Entwine it and put Emrakul and Xenagos God of Revels into play and attack for 30.
Yeah.
And the Annihilator 6 is the relevant part where he just won't have a Platinum Empyrean left to protect him.
Yeah.
How
do you think the stream's coming up?
I can pull it up on my phone. I'll go down and check, make sure I have his name right, and
Okay.
while I'm on my way down, I'll check the camera.
Okay, sounds good. So it looks like Ian is keeping his hand. Kevin's probably still deciding on his. Oh, he's keeping it too. So he played a forest with the Utopia Sprawl. See, this is where it gets kind of frustrating because come turn 3 and 4, he can Molten Rain it, push him back a turn. So, Ian looks like he's playing Red Titan. Do you see, is it coming through? He can Molten Rain it, push him back a turn.
It's still coming up choppy on there, so
Okay.
after round 1 we'll go get fixed. We also made a fatal mistake of getting his name wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What's his name?
by a lot.
Oh, okay. Just
So,
a tad wrong.
Just a little bit. There are like no letters even correct here. We did get that the second letter was an A,
Oh, yeah.
but
So, yeah, he's playing Inferno Titan. He just showed it in his hand.
usually the Poncelos do play that too as a
Okay.
way to finish up a game. But
It looks like he's falling behind a couple of turns. Kevin's
Yep.
got a crap load of ramp right now.
and he's separating them between the 2 lands, so his basic force is going to tap for 1 green and 1 of any color, or well, probably blue.
I'm curious if the one on the breeding pool, if he named it as red or green. Or that's
No,
not
the
Utopia's
one,
pool, is it?
no, the
Okay,
one on the
never mind.
breeding pool is Overgrowth, so it taps
Okay.
for 2 additional green. When that land gets tapped. So right now, Kevin has access to, if he plays a land, 6 mana next turn.
He's going fetch. Both his blood moons are on the bottom. You think he's going to play Arbor Elf this turn? I think he just drew into it.
Probably something like that. Maybe Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl or something like that. If he has it, but if he had the Utopia Sprawl, I probably would have played on the first turn.
Yeah. Well, there's an Arbor Elf. He has a bolt
He
up
has a bolt in hand.
that'll hit any of Kevin's. I'm not sure if he's playing Arbor Elf or not. I think he was.
Kevin is playing Arbor Elf. It'll hit his Arbor Elf, Voyaging Satyrs. Although it could just see Kevin go tap for 5 mana, play Garruk Primal Hunter, or
Okay.
the Garruk Wildspeaker. Untap both his lands.
There
Yep.
it is.
Untap both his lands, so he has 1 mana. He'll be able to go up to 6 mana, 7 mana if he plays a land. Nope, he's just going to cast Stop with the remaining mana. This is a thing where Dakota could have. So Kevin opted to play the opt before doing anything with Garruk. What he could have done, Dakota could have done was with the opt on the stack, bolted Garruk, and Kevin actually never gets an opportunity to do anything.
Yeah. I think he was trying to get greedy, see if he could hit another land drop.
Yeah, but or hit another. No, that wouldn't make sense. Alright, he's gonna tap 5, play for C. Do you know what for C does?
No, I do not.
He scries 4 and then draws 2 cards or
Okay.
3 cards.
That's a lot of depth to go into his deck.
So he's gonna get to look through his deck, try to find his Tooth and Nails or his yeah, usually just his Tooth and Nails. Or what he's looking for. He's got 2 Harmonizers there, which he might want next turn to try to do something.
Draw
Or
into
we
something.
could see, if Garrick gets to stick around, we could see a bolt on Garrick and then just finish it off with Arbor Elf.
You put them both down to the bottom.
Oh. Passing turn back, Ian not doing anything yet.
I felt like in that turn, it seemed like he was doing a lot, but the only thing that like really impacts is
The Garrick on the
yeah.
board. Well, it doesn't seem like he did a lot, but he went from being able to make 5 mana to being able to make 5, 8, 13 mana the next turn,
True.
if nothing happens.
Yeah.
But more than likely, I could see like a acid moss or a molten rain
Mm-hmm.
potentially. Bolt, so we're not. Could still see the not the molten rain anymore because that's double
Oh, Tireless
or
Shocker.
Tireless Striker, which isn't gonna do much if he still doesn't know what Kevin's doing. Like I said, Tireless Striker doesn't do much here
Yeah.
because Kevin can still make 10 mana, which is enough to Tooth and Nail with Entwine
Mm-hmm.
and go get both Emrakul and Senegos.
Yeah. At least he'll get a little bit more card advantage off this Tireless Tracker. It seems like his hand's lacking.
No, he's not going to
range
get that.
from-
He's just going to lose.
Wow.
He's going to concede to the Tooth and Nail and Entwine.
Did he get that off the top, or was it in his hand?
I think it might have been his hand, but we couldn't see it. Let me also, I need to get the Facebook chat up real quick.
It's kind of funny that we didn't have to change the life totals there.
No, we literally didn't. I mean, we did fetch. We did have some fetching going on.
Mm-hmm.
But, also, yeah, after we get done with this, we'll get hopefully the camera fixed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's up with it.
And these are 50-minute rounds. It doesn't show
Yeah.
up there. But,
Yeah. We also didn't get to start until midway through this round, so
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of difficult.
So yeah, they're both 1-1 now. So they're going to game 3. Do you think any of their sideboard options changed at all? It doesn't look like they went through any changes.
I can't imagine much changing here.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota, now that he knows more of what Kevin's doing, might be inclined to do something, but
He has 2 Utopia
2
Spells.
Utopia Sprawls in his opening hand and a fetch land,
It
so
looks like an Arbor Elf.
and a bolt. Yeah, this seems like a good hand.
Mhm.
Kevin's gonna mull again.
Yeah. I don't even know what Kevin would want in his opening hand. Probably like an Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl, a couple lands.
Arbor
That'd be like the dream hand, right?
Elf, Utopia Sprawl, 2 lands, and like Garrick
Okay.
or Kiora.
Just something to ramp into.
Because then he can play Undisrupted, can turn to Garrick or Kiora with the deck.
Okay.
I used to play. Well, Kevin and I were doing radically different things. I used to play Genesis Wave in Modern,
Mm-hmm.
and that was just make a bunch of mana, cast Genesis Wave, have an infinite combo and win. Which
Okay.
was I played Kiki Jiki into those conscripts in my deck.
Yeah.
But functionally, the opening hands that we want to have, like the good opening hands, were the exact same.
Mm.
You want to be able to have turn 2 Garrick Wildspeaker out.
Makes sense. It's good to like, because it also puts a clock on them too.
Mm-hmm.
And Red Green Pawns, other than destroy lands, they don't have much of a clock other than besides like ramping and everything.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Kevin's gonna keep. He's gonna scry. And
shifts
no, I
it
don't
to the
want that.
bottom.
We'll put it on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, he's bolting himself.
Well, all right. So we have Dakota. Turn 1 fetch shock. He's probably gonna fetch shock into a Utopia Sprawl, unless there's an Arbor Elf there. Okay.
Yeah.
And 17. All right.
It looks like Kevin might match him for his turn.
Yeah, but he's not gonna fetch and shock himself. He's just gonna. All right.
Yep.
Utopia Sprawl, probably naming blue, would be my guess. That's what he almost always names.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see Utopia Sprawl over here now.
Whoever can get their mana faster wins. Oh, see, there's a Platinum Empyrean in his hand right there.
All right. He's gonna go birds.
He has one floating, right? He's not going to
He
use
has
it.
one floating.
So next turn he has 5, maybe 6 mana.
Yes. Dakota potentially does have turn 3 Inferno Titan or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin, let's see, he can have 2 mana next.
He has
or 3
Pithing
mana.
Needle.
Pithing Needle.
I wonder what he brought that in for.
Who has it?
Kevin has it.
Kevin has it. Shutting down Arbor Elf, because it's not a
Okay.
mana ability.
Yeah.
Because we could see Kevin himself cutting back on Arbor Elves,
Mm-hmm.
just so he can needle them.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Oh,
have
Thrun.
Dakota on Thrun.
That's a good card.
Let's see, what other things could... The other thing is if somebody isn't well versed with it, he could
Mhm.
Pithing Needle fetch lands.
Okay. Yeah. Because, I mean, what? Red Green Ponza runs... 4 wood foothills?
6 to 8 fetches.
Okay.
Which is for some combination of foothills, some combination of green fetches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many basic mountains they play, so it would be like 4 wood foothills and some number of other green fetches.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so we have Kevin, 4 mana. What you got first, Kevin? Looks like there's a Tooth and Nail on the far left of his hand.
Mhm.
He's got Tooth and Nail, Needle.
With the Intertwine, it's 7, right?
It's 9 with Entwine.
Okay.
It's 7 normally, 9 with Entwine.
Expensive spell.
I mean, it's not that big a deal whenever, like, I've played against Kevin and he can do it on turn 3
Yeah.
if he's not interrupted. Which, like, I play a lot of non-interactive decks, like Elves.
Yeah.
Like, I have to have turn 3, otherwise I get turn 3'd.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, looks like, let's see. Is he going to play that Kiora on the far right of his hand? Yes.
Okay.
Play Kiora, we're probably going to have a read over here from Dakota.
You don't really see that card much in Modern.
Nope. The +1 ability says to untap up to 1 creature and up to 1 land you control. -2 says reveal the top 2 cards of your library. I think you put a creature into your hand. The
Okay.
rest go to your graveyard. It's something like that. And
He just drew an Inferno Titan. But
nice.
no mana, I don't believe.
Uh,
Yeah, we're just going to see attack with Thrun.
Thrun. And probably finishing off the Kiora with the bolt in his hand, I would expect to see.
Oh, he went to face.
Oh, alright.
He probably
Maybe he
doesn't
just
see
doesn't
Kiora
think
as a threat.
Kiora is that big a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Kiora is another 2 mana that he has, so he has 6 mana right now. He's a land away from just playing the Tooth and Nail, putting something into play.
Mm-hmm. Have you saw this deck run like a Tarka World Render and stuff like that in it?
I think he's tried it before. He tried it a long time ago. He used to have like, he might just be on like his regular blue-green thing.
Mm-hmm.
He used to have like 4 colors, and he'd play like a Tarka World Render and stuff like that. And it looks like we're gonna have, yep, we had a Primal Command. I'm gonna put your Stomping Ground back on top of your deck, and I'm gonna go search for a creature. So he's probably gonna go get like, it has to be a green creature.
Mm-hmm. An Arbor Elf?
He's gonna go get an Arbor Elf, I guess.
Well, that's good because he already has the Tooth and Nail in hand, so.
He already has the Tooth and Nail in hand. I would have expected him to get something to actually put into play off of the Tooth and Nail instead.
Mm.
Because if this Arbor Elf gets bolted,
Then he could always just cast without Intertwine. Like, okay.
yep.
But he did knock the Utopia Sprawl off the field.
He did. So he's on no duress of like he's not gonna get raced by an Inferno Titan right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think
Oh, he didn't go in with the Thrun. So Dakota just passed his turn?
it looks like it. Let's see, what do we have from Kevin now? 6 for C. Or 4 mana for C. But yeah, I think I would have liked to see him do getting an actual threat off of that.
Yeah, because then he could just hard cast it this turn.
He could hard cast it. Like I think he has Primeval Titan in his deck.
Okay.
Like if he could get Primeval Titan, and then actually just hard cast it on his following turn,
Mm-hmm.
and it puts him way ahead on mana to then cast the.
So what do you think about him not attacking with Thrun? He basically takes a turn off.
It's interesting. I don't know whether he was doing it to try to.
Leave up a blocker?
Yeah, but nothing in Kevin's deck's really hasty unless he was like.
Well, Synagos gives a haste, right?
He does, but any of the threats he's going to get are going to be like usually Emrakul. And it's just
Yeah.
going to be flying and making you sacrifice everything.
True.
And regenerating does not help if you're sacrificing everything.
Yeah. Well, he's fetching for a land now, so he finally hit a land drop, but he's still a mana short from the Inferno Titan with the whole Utopia sprawl.
Yeah.
It's kind of
The
fun.
other one, I know Kevin, he might not be playing it in his deck, but it would have been nice to see if Kevin went, he finally sees Kiora as a threat and went for it. If Kevin would have gotten a Eternal Witness, he could start chaining Eternal Witness as Primal Commands,
Okay.
bouncing Dakota's Lance on top of his deck,
Mm-hmm.
while putting out just like a bunch of 2/1s
Okay.
that eventually do enough work on their own.
Yeah. So, it kind of looked like he had a Madcap experiment in his hand. I'm not sure if his deck plays it.
Well, Madcap Experiment would be the way he gets the Platinum Imperium.
Yeah. Unless he just runs it just to hard cast it. There's Tooth and Nail.
There's the Tooth and Nail entwined. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have done much if he gets it. He gets the Platinum Imperium, and then Kevin still gets Emrakul, Xenagos, attacks,
Yeah.
and Dakota has exactly 6 permanents to be sacrificed.
True. He didn't
And-
draw any of his Molten Rains or anything.
Oh,
Oh, he had the Platinum
he had the
Imperium
Platinum
on
Imperium in hand. That's why he didn't play it.
hand. That always feels really bad.
Well, Kevin, good job holding off by bouncing the
It
land.
looks like all his Molten Rains were on the bottom.
Ponza not doing what it wants to do. All right, so we're gonna have Kevin taking round 1 over Dakota Sisk. 2 games to 1. 2-1, and we are going to. Can we get a cap at 1, 2, 3 in the chat? Getting intense. But we are going to see if I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. See if it's actually I can see it right here. It's broken up.
That's to the Facebook one, right?
That's to the Facebook, and the audio is coming in great, but the video is coming in all cut up.
So we're gonna try to get that fixed.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get this stuff fixed without having to. Videos, yeah, we know it's at like 4 frames per second. We're gonna hopefully try to figure this out. Where is it? Where's the? Oh, we didn't want to mess with that, but.
The overhead cam.
Is that it? Overhead cam. Yep, that would be it. Properties.
So it's already set to the highest FPS. There we go. That looks a lot better.
Hey, got it. That was just a total guess on what button to hit, too.
Well, that works. So we have how much longer in the round? Probably another 30 minutes.
No idea. If we do, we can probably snag another round or another match because that was pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna save that. I don't know what I did, but we got it working. Everything's crisp and clear over here. But we're gonna go see if we can snag another match for you guys for game 1, or at least for round 1. We'll be right back, and we're gonna throw up that BRB sign. And holla, it's your boys. We back. We got downstairs and there was like one match still going on, so couldn't really get them over on camera. But let's make sure I have on the left is Brandon Wolf. And Brandon Wolf is on 5-color Death Shadow.
Zoo.
We'll just put his 5-color Death Shadow for now.
That works.
And Sean Carroll is on Esper Control.
Oh, okay, that is pretty spicy.
And both players are 20. Both players also won round 1. 50.
Dice for you guys.
Oh yeah. How big is your Tarmogoyf die? Is it like one of the big ones, or is it like a?
I'll show you.
If they just use the casino die, the big casino dice to represent their power, that'll work too for me. That'll probably be better than.
It's about this big.
Oh, that's.
Oh yeah, those are one of the bigger ones. Okay, we'll try it.
Okay.
Both players are 0-0. We do only have 4 rounds tonight.
Okay, so it is round 2 of 4.
Two of 4.
There we go.
And 1. Not 1-1. Not 1 and 10. 1.
Pretty bad.
Oh.
Record.
That'd be pretty embarrassing, especially when we only have 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like looking into it.
Boop. Let's move these so that perfect.
That works.
0, round 2 of 4, and I think we're all set. Both players, we'll give them a stump so they know that they're good to start. I forgot to tell them, but Sean already knows that stuff from being on camera. Start. Alright, we have Brandon Wolf on. 5-color Shadow going turn 1, Mishra's Bobble. Looks like it's a foily Bobble too. Turn 1 Bobble.
So he.
Hasn't cracked it. Oh, now he's cracking it looking at Sean's library.
So what's the is it like the same game plan as other Death Shadows whenever it's 5-color?
The biggest thing with 5 colors, you have a lot more threats.
Okay.
Or at least the typical list, or at least they used to have, like, they had Nacatls, Tarmogoyf, Death Shadow. I know that there are more threats on this. Renegade Rallier.
Okay, the newer one.
Yeah, Grim Flayers. You just played a bunch more threat-heavy deck.
Yeah. So it looked like he shocked himself early in the game keep the fatal push up.
And they cycled the Street Wraith, so that will put him at 15 right now.
16. He didn't shock, or he didn't fetch shock.
Oh, I
just
thought he
shocked.
fetched shocked. Okay.
And he got a Thoughtseize off the top? Is that what that is?
Yep, it looks like he's going to be at 14.
That Spellqueller's pretty good. And the Path.
Esper Charm, Spellqueller, Path.
Snapcaster.
Alright.
So what do you think he would take here?
Um,
I'm a fan of the Spellqueller.
probably Snapcaster.
You think so?
Snapcaster gives him more options later on.
Okay.
Path is going to be a 1-turn, 1 mana, get rid of your thing.
Mhm.
He's probably only playing 1 basic, being the Swamp.
Okay. Oh, he did
takes
go
the
for this.
Spellqueller. I don't like taking the Spellqueller because we know he has a Fatal Push in hand and a Terminate.
Yeah. Okay.
So if he lets him have the Spellqueller,
He gets to cast a spell
He
back
can,
for free.
yeah, he can cast the spell again. So the Spellqueller is not that big a deal. I'd
Mm-hmm.
much rather see him take the Snapcaster, but yeah, we actually see his hand. It's Dismember, 2 Terminates, a Fatal Push, and something else. So he has no threats right now. Not really where Shadow wants to be at.
Yeah. Not gonna have a pretty big shadow anytime soon.
But he does have 3 types in his yard right now, and I think the other card in his hand's a Traverse the Ulthenwald.
Okay.
So if he can just get a 4th type being an
A
instant
land.
or a land, yeah. An instant or a land. He can traverse on the following turn, get something.
So Sean's actually down to 18 right now, unless he's going to go multi.
18. And here's the other one. Do you know what Esper Charm does?
No, I actually do not.
It counters stuff. It destroys enchantments, I do believe. And
It's like the main card to play Esper, right?
yeah, that's I don't question Sean and why he does his things.
He plays a lot of weird decks. Like over the break, he was playing Eldrazi Tron.
Eldrazi Tron's not weird though.
Oh, it's not weird, but he has such a variety of different decks.
Destroy target enchantment, draw 2 cards, or target player discards 2. That's it.
Wow.
Doesn't counter anything.
The discarding 2 cards is actually really good, though, here.
Oh man.
And he did it.
No, he played Ashiok
Oh.
Nightmare Weaver, uptick, found a Death Shadow, and a Tarmogoyf off the top. I would expect Sean to just -2 that, or even just continually take it up. It means that Brandon Wolf isn't getting threats if he does it. And I actually like the idea if he just takes it up and doesn't do anything, because oh wait, he has Delirium on board for next turn anyway. I was gonna say now he's just gonna cast this Tarmogoyf. This Tarmogoyf is a land, creature, sorcery, artifact, 4/5.
Nice.
But it's probably gonna be fatal pushed.
Oh, yeah. One of the reasons why Fatal Push is so good. Probably wouldn't have to expect to use it on
Or
his...
dismembered. Yep.
Okay.
So you can play a shadow and have it be a relevant threat.
Mm-hmm.
He can dismember it. Puts 4th type in the yards for everybody.
Did he have a bolt in hand?
What do you mean?
Then did Brandon have a bolt in hand? I'm not sure if I remember seeing it or not, because then he could hit the Ashiok with it.
I don't know. I know the deck usually does play some number of bolts.
Okay.
It could also... Nope.
No bolts.
He lost 4 life, so he's a 10.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the Traverse with Delirium.
I think he's going for a Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, I would expect a Tarmogoyf here. It's gonna be a... No, I think actually no, Death Shadow, because he can make a Death Shadow to a 6/6 right now.
Okay, he has Street Wraith in hand too, I believe.
So you can make him do an 8/8. So he has to have some way to deal with this path that he knows in his opponent's hand, as well as the Snapcaster in Sean's hand. And this is what I was talking about, where the Snapcaster, like, he has access to snap path right now.
Okay, no.
So I feel like the line of just getting the Snapcaster out of your opponent's hand at the very beginning would have been big.
Yeah.
Alright.
You didn't try to draw into some answers? Doesn't really have much of an answer.
He
for that.
might. Oh, he has Stubborn
Stubborn.
Denial.
Okay.
Maybe try drawing a Stubborn Denial.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 8. He's playing 2 basics. Okay. I would expect it only. I would have expected him to only be playing 1 basic. No, not 80 life. Delete. I know whenever the list I played, it played a basic swamp in the main board, and then sideboard played a basic forest.
Just for like Blood Moon decks and stuff?
That or decks that would, yeah, that would be the bigger one. Blood Moon type things.
So he's Esper Charming for 2 cards. And he still has a Snap.
So
Caster?
Snap. He has a Spell Snare in hand too, I think, now.
Mhm.
So Tarmogoyf would be real bad.
Yeah,
Nope.
2 Street Race.
2 Street Rates.
And he can only cast them, right?
What? Oh, yeah. When they're exiled on her Ashiok, her ability says to minus X,
Mm.
and then you may put a creature exile with Ashiok with converting mana cost X onto the battlefield.
Okay. And
Right.
Streetwalker is what for?
And what?
Streetwalker, right?
Street Wraith
Street
is
Wraith.
5.
My bad.
Make sure. I know that's what it is. I don't know if it casts though.
Because then he could have the Swamp Walk for,
Yeah,
Yeah. and with Brandon being at 8 life, 6 life,
6 life now.
it's a pretty big threat. It's 2 turn clock.
But we do know that Brandon does have the Terminate.
Yeah.
So
He has 2 of them, right?
yep.
Okay. Oh.
Well, we picked up another Spell Queller, Spell Snare, and Snapcaster with a
So-
Cryptic.
Why do you think he didn't Cryptic this?
Because he doesn't care.
True, but
It lets Brandon go to a lower life.
Mhm.
He can answer any threat that Brandon plays.
Okay.
And like I said, he just doesn't care.
Mhm.
We'll probably see the Snapcaster gone now.
Okay. Well, he also
And
has
now-
a Spell Snare for Terminate
Yep.
and a Spell Queller for the other one.
Yep.
He also has Cryptic and Spell Snare up if he wants it.
Yep. So like and Sean, I'm 15. I think he drew Visions. Well, there's Tarmogoyf, there's a Death Shadow, and there's another Stubborn Denial. Same as the
it's-
first exiled pile from Ashiok. So that's 2 Tarmogoyfs down, 3 Death Shadows down.
That's a lot of his threats. He
Yep.
just keeps drawing into removal that he doesn't need.
The only time he'll want to see those is whenever Sean begins animating these colonnades, if he does, but he probably won't.
Well, Ashiok only has to -1 to play all these Death Shadows, but his life total
It's
is still
15, so
yeah.
he's like, I'm not gonna do that. So he'll just get another Tarmogoyf probably.
Mm-hmm.
Who is a 6-7 by now? 5-6? 5-6. Creature, instant, sorcery, artifact, land.
Oh, yeah, artifact, creature.
I think it's a 5-6.
Okay. Because all that other stuff's exiled.
Yep. We'll probably see another Fatal Push. Yep.
Mhm.
Maybe a Spell Queller on this push. Nope.
Okay.
I like the idea of. I don't know, actually. Traverse.
So what do you think he goes get here?
A Shadow.
The Shadow?
Yeah. He should have 1 left in his deck. Or
He's going for a Tarmogoyf.
I wouldn't get a Goyf here. You know he's sitting on the Spell Snare in hand.
Yeah.
I think get the Shadow. Not knowing that Sean, I do believe, picked up a Fatal Push.
He just can't seem to get anything to stick.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of even Spell Queller.
Spell Queller it.
Put a block on your opponent.
He's gonna fetch. He's gonna have to fetch Shock to push. And then Sean just lets that happen, and then Fatal pushes the Shadow again.
Mm-hmm.
And then finishes the game up with a Celestial Colonnade. Because he can't. Oh, man. Do you know what this is?
No, I do not.
I don't know the name of the spell. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for our viewers at home. But what it says is counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. And then that player pays an additional 2 for each card named that in your graveyard.
Oh.
So the first one is going to be 2 mana.
Mhm.
The second one will counter unless he pays 4, 6, then 8, and he's just gonna concede to that.
Yeah. It's the second row, first one.
Rune Snag. There we go.
Okay.
Counter spell unless his controller pays 2 plus an additional 2 for each card named New Rune Snag in your graveyard. So I know Sean is very fond of that card.
How much is it to cast?
2 mana.
Okay.
The first time it's a worse mana leak. Oh. The first time is a worse mana leak. After that, it's just a better mana leak.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I know, I've played against Sean playing that card before.
Yeah.
Let's see,
He has 3 Lingering Souls. Oh,
I
no,
like.
that's the side.
Okay, there we go. I was gonna say I like bringing in the. I like bringing in the needle here.
Do you think he would bring in Disdainful Strokes or anything like that?
I don't know because I don't think you're really gonna win a counter war against a deck with all the counters.
Yeah. Did you see the Ranger of Eos in his sideboard? That's a pretty fun card.
I did not see the Ranger of Eos. I'm looking at the Lingering Souls, figuring out whether you want to play them against control. Austin, where's Dark Magician? Landhawk.
Oh. Huh. I don't think that's in this meta right now.
They called you out.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I didn't want to do that. Alright, 2020.
But
Man.
Lingering Souls could be really good for the Esper Charms. I'm not sure if you would want to discard it, but even if it's countered, you always get the flashback cost and stuff.
Yeah, so the other thing with Lingering Souls too is like we can make the assumption. I didn't see. I wouldn't be surprised if Sean's playing Liliana.
Okay.
Liliana seems really good here, or even a sideboard you could be playing Liliana.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's a good discard to Liliana. Really, if you're playing Black and Modern right now, you have no reason not to play Liliana.
Yeah.
That's how good of a card she is. Have you ever cast a Liliana the Veil?
No.
It is one of the greatest feelings
not in
when
the
you
colors
play.
I like to play.
It is one of the greatest feelings, you know, like especially like the biggest ones, like in the shadow matches. Playing a Liliana the Veil, is almost an automatic consent. Like that's how good it feels.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think he takes out? The Fatal Pushes and stuff like that?
I like Fatal Push here a lot. Because you need a clean answer that is cheap to Celestial Colonnade.
Okay.
So, you cut some of the kill spells, but not all of them. Because also keep in mind, Sean playing Spell Quellers and Snapcasters, so you still need to be able to answer those.
Yeah. So maybe what? Just the Terminates and stuff?
Like the Terminate. Maybe a Fatal Push and then leave Dismembers. Because they advance your game plan and do what you need them to do. So like that's the awkward thing is when you're playing against control, like sometimes you really like you know how much you don't need kill spells, but then there are times where you just need them.
Yeah. Especially when they start putting a clock on you with the flyer and stuff.
And also I wouldn't be surprised. How big is I didn't see it. Sean might be playing Torrential Gearhulk too.
Okay. Isn't that like a 4 or 5 or something?
I can't remember. It might be a 5/6. Or yeah, it's a 5/6. So
5/6.
Dismember does not kill it, but Terminate still does.
Okay.
So like it's an awkward one where you'd have to use your judgment whether you think Sean's on it, and I don't think Sean would be on it because thus far it seems like he's more in a tempo strategy where he wants to disrupt what his opponent's doing and not really do a ton of pressure. So
he has the turn 1 Thoughtseize here. I think that would be a decent keep.
turn on cycle.
He has a turn 2 Death Shadow if he does it right, I believe. Because he can bolt Thoughtseize.
Let's see. We're gonna start at 18, but we know this life total is changing. He fetched Sean one day 15. Probably gonna Thoughtseize and start this game out at 13. And we have Sean laying him out, so
A lot of removal. Oh, that's a Blood Baron of Piscopia.
Discopa. Oh, that card's great.
Because a Detention Sphere and a Fatal Push for his creatures. But he doesn't have any white mana in hand.
Blood Baron's absurd here. I hadn't even thought of that. Do you know all the text of Blood Baron?
Mm-mm.
If your opponent's at less than 10 life, he becomes gets +6/+6 against flying.
He becomes like a Saracen.
He becomes a
almost.
10/10 with flying. Blood Baron of Vizkopa. There's a condition that has to be met where your opponent has to be at under 10. As long as you have 30 or more and your opponent has less than 10, Blood Baron gets +6/+6 and gains flying. But more importantly, it has lifelink and protection from black and white.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
All his skill spells are...
yep, he's not going to be able to kill it easily.
So are you a fan of taking it?
Unless you have more hand disruption, partially, yeah, because you can't deal with it later on.
Okay. And that's a polluted delta he has right there, right?
His lands?
Yeah.
It looks like he has a polluted delta,
Okay.
and then the Drowned Catacomb from, it's either another delta or a Drowned Catacomb. I think it's another delta, though.
No, I think it's
So-
not because he doesn't have the sticker on it. Or the...
You're right. I think it is the Water Grave, or not the Water Grave, but the old...
Drowned Catacomb from like M10, M11.
Yep.
So he went with Detention Sphere.
Going with removal. It could be that Brandon's sitting on like 2 Death Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to get 2 for 1. This is where I don't know if Brandon's playing like Maelstrom Pulse or Abrupt Decay.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I like the Jund list because you can let them have that.
Yeah.
And then if they 2 for 1 you on your Death Shadows, you get to just Abrupt Decay and get both your shadows back.
Mm-hmm.
So
he did draw into a Celestial Colonnade. He went ahead and played that for his first turn.
Colonnade feels great as your first land. After that, like when it's like turn 4 and you need to be doing something, you don't want to draw it.
Yeah, and you want to have like Cryptic Command mana, because every deck that plays Celestial Colonnade is going to have Cryptic Command.
You're right. They're not trying to get the game over quickly.
Yeah. Now, do you think the real question is? Do you think he's running Sphinx's Revelation?
Yes. I feel even if it's just 1 copy, I feel like you have to.
It's a really big win con.
All right, and we knew Sean had the push, I think, as well. So one of these shadows is gonna die. The others, one of these avatars is gonna die to a simple push.
And he still has another fetch in hand too. It looks like a Bloodstained.
It looks like it's 3 lands in hand.
So hopefully one of these gets to stick.
And we have Sean fetching. What are you going to, Sean? 19, 17? Probably 17. Sean, you and I both know you're going to 17.
Oh, he already has some dual lands in hand, yeah.
So you get to untap. Alright. Land.
So I guess he did Fatal Push it.
Yep, he got the swamp. Fatal push. Let's Inquisition. Let's see what you're working with. Yep, the Esper Charm. That's the only thing you can take.
So it looks like they're both flooding out on lands.
Yep. So Sean's not gonna be able to do anything for a while. So I wouldn't. I would expect to see.
It costs 5, right? Blood Baron?
Yes.
Okay.
Blood Baron costs 5. I would expect to see, like a fetch shock, putting Brandon a 7 just so he can do as much damage as quickly as he can.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous gamble. You have to try to get the game over before Sean can get Blood Baron down. So like on this clock, it's gonna take 4 turns for Brandon to do something to actually for Brandon to be able to kill him at 6.
Yeah.
But he does have another shock land in hand.
Now, did he shock himself whenever it came in? Because it came in tapped.
It looks like it.
Unless he's
there.
not.
Okay. Here's another shock land in hand, so he can put himself to 5, so he can attack for 8. And I think he has a Tarmogoyf now, so he's definitely on board to be able to kill him before a.
Oh, it's a Scooz.
It's a Scooz. All right. Or is it a Mutagenic Growth? Oh, it's a Scooz. I was hoping for Mutagenic Growth. That'd be way cooler. All right, and Sean. It looks like Sean, during Brandon's draw step, V-clicked him. We get life totals updated.
So he's gonna let him keep the scavenging ooze.
Yep. I mean, it's not really doing that much. He's going to get 1 activation a turn out of it, and he gains life by doing it.
Did Brandon get a hit in with the Death Shadow?
Nope, he blocked with the Vendilion Click.
Okay, that's right.
So, Sean just has to fade 1 more turn, and then he gets to play Blood Baron, and actually probably just take this game over, because Blood Baron will cleanly block Death Shadow, and then gain him life as well.
Yeah.
So Brandon would have to be looking for some sort of like a Teamer Battle Reach or something.
Something just go really far over the top.
Or Tarmogoyf. Or Ruined Halo and name Death Shadow. So now Death Shadow can't do damage. Or rather...
He did draw a Tarmogoyf, but I think it's a little bit too late.
It's fine because Tarmogoyf's going to be bigger than this Blood Baron. And but that means you can still start attacking with Tarmogoyf.
But Blood Baron's now a 10-10 flyer, right?
Nope. Sean has to be above 30 life for it to be a 10-10 flyer. So. Alright. Looks like they're getting all their life totals fixed. So
he would just leave this Tarmogoyf up. Oh.
As a blocker so his Baron can't get in. I also like now that Death Shadow can't do anything. At the end of turn, you can start activating your scavenging ooze, getting it bigger too, so that it becomes a threat.
That probably feels bad. Top decking to another land.
If he has I don't like that attack.
No.
I don't like that attack because
it's gonna knock him down to 1 if this Blood Baron decides to get in.
Yeah.
And Tarmogoyf's damage just mute because Blood Baron has lifelink.
Yeah, so I think Blood Baron can just get in front of Scavenging Ooze. There's no way, unless you like Fetch Shock, get another green source, and then exile 2 creatures.
Yeah. Okay.
And then exile 2 creatures, and then it becomes a 4/4 trades with Blood Baron. And then, but we'll see. Alright, there's another green source. We're going to exile the V-Click and then the Street Wraith from turn 1.
Okay. See, I almost don't even like that that block at all.
I don't either. You give up your one thing that's going to win you the game. You know that
You know that Brandon didn't have any cards in hand.
Yep.
So you go down to 4, and then next turn you just swing in, and then he doesn't have lethal anymore.
Yeah. Oh, or you just do this.
Yeah.
Alright, that works too.
wasn't expecting that.
See, nobody ever thinks that. Nobody thinks the Celestial Colonnade is gonna get in there until like turn 7, or at least like turn 10. Doesn't matter. Sean's like, I'll do it on turn 6. And Sean Carroll's gonna get this 2 games to nothing. Didn't see that one coming, but I guess we're gonna throw up the BRB and see if rounds got done as quickly this time as the last time. Maybe not. Maybe they have. And we'll throw up this score 0-2 to Sean Carroll.
So before we leave, what do you think about his sideboard options? The Celestial Purge is pretty nice.
Purge is great. Ruined Halo is great. I like everything that he brought in.
Yeah.
Purge is great here. The Ruined Halo, since we know Brandon, his world threats are going to be Tarmogoyf, Death Shadow.
Yeah.
One Ruined Halo, naming one of the 2 threats, means that he no longer has to worry about the other. Like, he only has to deal with 4 cards.
I would have liked the Blessed Alliance a lot. Kind of almost 2-for-1 it. Make your opponent gain the life and they lose Death Shadow.
Yeah. I think that was like the really hot tech whenever Shadow first started coming up. The other one that was really hot tech was Condemn.
Okay. Yeah.
So you could condemn Death Shadow, they go back to 13 life,
Mm-hmm.
and then they lose all of their Death Shadows.
Yep.
I actually still think I like condemn over that. The only difference is that whenever you condemn a Death Shadow, that one goes on the bottom of the rest and die.
Yeah.
That one just kills it. Kills all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no chance of like going traverse, go get Death Shadow.
Yep.
They're gone. But we'll let it be. And then we'll throw up the BRB and try to find another round or another match going on. If not, we'll see you for round 3. There's still 20 minutes, so maybe we can get a game. And we're back. We're in round 3 now. Let me get that fixed. With Tyler Claypool and Evan Fedorko.
And he's on Tropical Merfolk.
Or
Right.
just blue. Yes. I just prefer to call it blue-green, but
Okay.
it's
Tropical has more of a ring to it, though.
I do believe both players are currently 1-1 and 0.
Okay. They are. Claypool is in 3rd, though, right?
He could be. I didn't pay that much attention.
Okay.
Let me get this that off. And scoreboard, we are on. Claypool's on the left. Tyler on blue-green.
Versus Earth Poison.
All right. Versus Evan Fedorko. Black-white tokens.
Nice.
And
Do you know which black-white version he's running? With like Soren and stuff?
yes, I do believe that's what he's on.
Okay.
He's playing about a pretty stock tokens list.
I don't like the Liliana in the token list that you see floating around sometimes.
So I didn't at first,
Mm-hmm.
but then whenever I had somebody play it against me, and then they also played Heart of Quran,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, all right, we're going to uptick, we'll build this card a card, then I'll remove this one counter, crew my heart, hit you. And then they did it with Gideon Ally of Zendikar. So like, all right, uptick, make him into a creature, crew, attack you for 9, I think. I was like, dang, dude.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
So you think he definitely takes the Aether Vial here, right?
I
I think he has 2
Yes.
Harbingers in hand.
mean, if it's an Aether Vial versus anything else, you probably do it, especially if Tyler hasn't gotten to do anything yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take that, because then he has the 2 Harbingers and then the new blue-green Lord.
Oh, he's running the Blue-Green Lord?
Yep.
I don't like it that much. I feel like it
I
takes away his spot.
It takes away his Mirror Readry slot, I do believe, and I really don't like that, because I think Mirror Readry is one of the best cards. One of your best lords.
It's one of those things where if you play it, then you play Merfolk, you can untap your 8th Vial, play another one,
Yep.
and just combo off a little bit.
We
might wanna get that, yeah.
Stop. Start. We're back. They have roughly 50 minutes. And let's see, Evan is at 15. I do think. Who do you like
He
in
just
this match?
fetched for Oh, that's fine. Yeah, he's still at 15. I feel like depending if he were to kept a different hand, I feel like Merfolk would outrace black-white tokens.
So this is one of the interesting ones where like every time I've ever played against black-white tokens,
Oh, he just played Bitter Blossom.
playing a creature deck is really hard against black-white tokens.
Yeah.
Most of their tokens are expendable, so they have no problem using like a damnation or something to get rid of everything, because they can rebuild pretty quick,
Yeah.
and creature decks can't. So like playing elves, I'm like, all right, I'm like, you're an aggressive deck, but through hand disruption, fatal push, and everything, black-white tokens can pretty easily disrupt that.
How do you feel about playing Kamina Speaker over the Lord on this turn? Doesn't seem very mana efficient, does it?
I like it just because it sets you up to do more damage later.
Okay.
It also wants it to fade out a kill spell over. You'd rather have your 1-drop get killed rather than your Lord. You know both are going to resolve because he has the Cavern down.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, as long as it is like against the tokens or the black-white, like Pox decks or things like that, like creature decks are really hard to beat. Or it's really hard for a creature deck to win these matches sometimes.
Yeah. So it looks like he's just going to end up having blockers for days with the Bitter Blossom.
It definitely looks that way unless he somehow finds a way to like if he finds the spreading seas or anything like that.
I like the whole okay.
It's a fatal push.
I like the whole idea of Celis Persecution in this deck too.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you get a lot of trades.
You can get a lot of trades. You can get a lot of big life swings.
Mm-hmm. Now, is he playing Soren Solemn Visitor, do you think?
Yeah, I do believe he is. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure he's playing the Sorensen Visitor in here.
Mm.
He's also playing Legion's Landing.
Okay.
Because you talked to me about that before it came up. He's like, I don't have any.
Warrior Champion's pretty good.
I do have to look up everything for Ariak Champion.
It's protection from red and black. Gains a life when a creature enters the battlefield.
Okay.
But it's not too good against Merfolk. But against a lot of the meta game here, it doesn't get bolted. It doesn't get fatal pushed.
The only way you can really deal with it is like you kill off the. You'd have like Liliana it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Liliana it away. Alright, and there we finally see the Mistbinder or whatever it's called. I don't remember the full name of it. It is just Merfolk Mistbinder.
Okay. Very basic name.
I had the difficult part down. Evan dropping to 12 from his Bitter Blossom. The other one that I've seen is in some shadow lists are even playing Bitter Blossom on their sideboard.
Yes. Yeah. Because if you discard it too, if it's not needed, you get
There's
a tribal
and enchantment, which are the two hardest types to get in your yard.
Yes. And it's really good against aggro matchups because then you can just spit out blockers. So,
Getting in for one.
yeah.
Hey, you gotta take that damage where you can. That's the one benefit of playing Merfolk is, or at least the mono blue Merfolk is, you really don't have to deal any damage to yourself.
I really like the Auriok Champion here too, though, because all his tokens cancel out now. Like, he doesn't lose life or gain life from them.
Yep, that's true. I forgot about that.
And then also, Merfolk likes to spit out a whole bunch of creatures at one time, too.
Merfolk does do that. With the blue-green list, they have cut the Master of Waves.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
Makes sense.
yeah, you cut the Master Waves, you drop your curve, and you make it more aggressive. Heck, maybe I'll hit Claypool up and borrow Merfolk, but I'll play mono blue.
Yeah, I don't like the blue-green list too much. I like it more when it has Mirror Rejury in it.
I like Mirror Rejury too much to give it up. And, I really like the idea of playing Phantasmal Edge right now. There are a lot of decks where, you can get some good Phantasmal Images. Funny story, though, with Phantasmal Image. I played against Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
And I played,
I wonder if he's going to hit the triggers on these Auriok Champions, because he gets double. I don't think it's a May either.
if it's not a May, then it is a error for both sides to maintain board state. Whenever another creature comes into play, you may gain one. Oh,
Okay,
it is a May.
You may gain. Okay.
Yep.
It still kind of sucks that he missed these triggers, though.
Oh, it looks like Tyler's pointing those
Okay.
triggers out to him, though. We are here at FNM. It's casual FM. It's casual REL, so
Mm-hmm.
You do that. But I'm playing against Claypool. I'm playing Jun Shadow,
Mm-hmm.
and he plays a Phantasmal Lich, copying my Death Shadow when he's at 20 life.
He just went down to 10.
He attacked with
Mistbinder.
the Mistbinder.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. And he copied your what?
He copies my Death Shadow, and he's sitting at 20 life.
Oh.
And I was like, that's fine. And he's sitting there like, how big is it? And I was like, it's dead. And he's like, why? And I was like, gets negative X, X your life total, and you're sitting at 20.
This is what I like right here. The Soren Solemn Visitor. So
Yep.
now he could get in with a whole bunch of damage.
And do a big life swing.
Mm-hmm. Get 4 life, I believe, if he swings on both his
Well,
tokens.
no, Soren gets +1/+. Oh, yeah. Gain 4 if he swings with both tokens.
But
or
one of the
just,
token has sickness, right?
Yeah. Or just gain 2. Gain
Okay.
2, your opponent loses 2. It's a 4-point life swing, so. And you still have defense against your Soren.
Mm-hmm.
The other good one is, even if they have Island Block, if they attack a Planeswalker, you can still block with a creature.
Mm-hmm.
So, looks like. Alright, we're gonna see another Harbinger, bounce the other token.
Okay.
And. Alright, Evan gaining that life.
So are you a fan of dropping both the Aether Vials and
Yeah.
keeping up no bluffs?
Yeah. The later the game goes, the better these vials are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you can do... They're really good at the beginning, but they're also really good late because then you can start interacting at the end of turn.
So let's see if Evan knows that he can block these Merfolk if they come at Soren. It looks like...
He probably does. Claypool probably explains it. If we know Tyler well enough and whatnot, and Evan. I don't know if you've ever talked to Evan or anything like that, but Evan's a good guy. So I wouldn't be surprised if he explains that to him that he can block.
Okay.
But he'd rather not give up anything.
So
Give
I
up stuff
think-
if you don't have to.
Decent all three in at him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Claypool wanted. Claypool really wants that Soren off the table because if he allows it to stick around, then that's another 2 in the air.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 in the air and it puts up a really good defense that
Yeah.
is really hard for Claypool to make it through.
Oh, he's going to Path the Lord here. That's pretty good.
Even if Claypool didn't play both vials, I like playing a vial on that turn.
It'll be very mana efficient.
It'd be efficient and it represents that you have. Let's see if there's a asking about
Probably which
How
Lord
big they
effects were on the play. Or probably asking if it gives it to itself.
It could be. I was thinking more along the lines of if he had blocked the Mistbinder with a token, and then kills that lord, it kills off the Mistbinder too.
Okay.
But no, we're past that. That's what it looked more like. I was like, I didn't think he had blocked anything. But I like playing the vial there, just because it gets them out of your hand.
Mhm.
Sure, you're not bluffing anything, but you're also not
It's
really.
a dismember. But it doesn't hit Oriok.
It doesn't. He can't target that.
Let's see if
he.
picks up on it.
Claypool's probably saying, I didn't play back.
Oh, I think he's pointing it out.
Yep.
We have Wyatt down there discussing what's going on. Yeah, so Dismember is a black spell, even though it only costs Phyrexian mana. So even if you pay no life for it, the spell should have fizzled. But because it is casual, I believe it is going back to his hand. Oriok Champion has protection from black, so she can't be the target of Dismember. Okay, so he's just going to hit the untapped token here. And probably swing in with his team. How'd he take it?
What?
How'd he take it?
Both players thought it was a colorless spell.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, nah. No, it's not, guys.
Okay, I like this block here with the Shambling Vent. I think Tyler completely overlooked it.
So yeah, Tyler just instead opted to kill off one of the fairy rogue blockers.
Mm-hmm. And now Evan's gonna gain some life because Shambling Vent has lifelink.
Yep, the 2/3 with lifelink. So
I think that was a big misplay on Tyler's part. I'm sure if he'd known about the Shambling Event, he wouldn't have swung in. Oh,
well, there's intangible virtue. So now his tokens have +1/+1 and vigilance.
that is pretty good.
I do believe. Fortunately, I can look all these things up over here on the left. Creature tokens you control have +1/+1 and lifelink. Fun fact: that card is banned in
It's
Innistrad block
Yep.
constructed.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I thought it was really funny. It's a really strong card.
That and Lingering Souls.
Linger? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Makes sense. So, he's gonna have the land come in shot, and he has nothing in hand? Oh, for the Shambling Event. That's
Yep.
why. Okay. I like that spreading seas.
Well, get out here, Shambling Vents.
Yep.
You're an island now. Claypool draws a
Oh.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
And they all have Island Walk now.
Yep. So that's 6 damage.
Ooh.
1 short. Unfortunately, let's see. And he has 2, 4, 6 on backswing.
Yeah. But
So we have Evan dipping to 1 life. Oh, man, this is a lot closer than I was expecting.
yeah. So I don't think he's going to get there because I'm not sure what he drew into.
Unless it's another intangible virtue.
Yeah. If it's a path, I really like it. Or a kill spell.
Yeah, kill spell or path's fine.
Or a Sorin. A Sorin would be decent.
Or damnation.
Mhm.
Damnation would be fine. Any of these things would be fine. But the way Evan is tapping the table says there's none of these things. Spectral procession.
That's not good because they all have Island Walk.
Yep.
So I think that's going to be game.
It's not gonna stop much. He's just gonna have 3 vigilante
Spirit tokens.
2/2 ghosty boys.
So I wonder if he realizes that they have Island Walk.
He probably does. Obviously he would have blocked
Yeah.
last turn.
True.
Claypool falls to well,
1.
that one rogue couldn't attack, but the salvagers could, but
Yeah.
it's irrelevant here because Claypool just wraps this game up right now.
Yep.
If it would have been relevant, I'd actually gone down by hey, like that guy can't attack. But it was an irrelevant error. And Claypool is not 200 life. And Evan is not 200 life. Save. And we go to game 2. The score is currently 1-0 on Claypool.
I'm surprised he got there.
I am too.
I really like Echoing Truce. I'm not sure if he has it in his sideboard, but it would be really good because he can.
I'm pretty sure he does. I think it is.
Okay. Spell Pierces might be decent too.
Spell Pierce will be fine for the very beginning. Claypool's going to be on the draw. So
He could hit like a
you're going to want to head to like the... You're
turn
going
2 Intangible Virtue or something like
like
that.
yeah, you're going to want to hit the intangible virtue or
He's
something.
taking out Aether Vials.
Don't understand that one.
Me either. Was that Smuggler's Copter? He snuck out of there?
A
Dismember.
dismember.
That
Alright, I
makes
understand
sense.
dismember. That one makes sense because you're not going to do much. I don't understand taking out vials. 1 vial, 1
No.
copter, 2... Alright, 1 vial's okay. He's thinking on that vial, I think. Alright, no, he doesn't want that. 2 dismember, the vial.
So he's bringing the Spell Pierces. Were
He's
those
bring-
Echoing Truce?
No, those were natural state, which I don't think... Tyler. I think he thinks that natural states, they only hit artifacts. I do believe. Unless I'm thinking... Yeah, natural state hits artifacts only. Oh, no, it doesn't. Destroy artifact or enchantment. I was thinking the one from Amonkhet
Mm-hmm.
with cycling
Yeah.
that hits only artifacts. Alright, never mind. Sorry, Tyler. Yeah, so you can hit the intangible virtues or the bitter blossoms with it. So I like that.
It's funny how much stuff from Omnicat's actually appearing in Modern now. Like, even, like, small stuff. Like,
Another card I'm surprised. It's like of how good it is in Standard. I would not be surprised to see like Scarab God start seeing play somewhere in
and, like,
Modern.
some controlling matchups or something like that.
Yeah, like I guess the biggest thing with it is running up against a Path of Exile.
Okay.
So like that's the reason a lot of the gods, like all the Theros gods, while they're amazing to have, they're not that aren't well represented in Modern because Path of Exile.
Yeah.
The only real god that sees play of the Theros and Amonkhet is Hazret the Fervent.
Okay.
And
yeah.
it sees some play. I've seen it in affinity lists in the sideboard. Shadow lists will play in the sideboard every now and then. I would actually play one in my Jund lists, except I don't own one. So.
But there's also like Sweltering Suns.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good because it's a cycle for decks that don't need it. In Valley Cut, it's played in the main board, and it took up the space of Anger of the Gods.
Yep.
And it's a lot better because a lot of matchups it could be just a dead draw, and you get a card out
And
of
you
it.
still get to get something out of it. What other top decks are like? What other Amon Cat cards are there we can, or at least of the more recent
As
blocks?
foretold,
As Foretold, not as popular, but yeah, it's seeing playing the.
Living In deck.
Yep.
The Restore Balance deck.
Nobody plays that deck. Stop talking.
Hey, I would play the deck if I had the cards.
I would too. I would consider it, but let's see. Modern. Let me pull this up. Like nothing crazy new.
There's Unclaimed Territory, but that's
Oh.
Ixalan?
Oh, we missed one of the biggest one from Ixalan. The enchantment that everyone's playing.
Oh,
at.
Search for
Search for
Azcanta.
Azcanta. Yep.
Yep.
That
That's
one's
a good
huge right
card.
now. For good reason.
Yeah.
I don't. Have you seen any of the matches where like at least the control matches where like once Azcanta
it's-
flips, once you go to late game, there's no the amount of card advantage that card gives the control player is absurd.
I was watching a SCG coverage,
Okay.
and the guy had Search for Azcanta out, and he flips it, but doesn't realize his opponent had a Ghost Quarter out. As soon as he flips it, the guy Ghost Quarters it.
Okay.
So, I mean, there is that fact that once it's flipped, it is a land.
It is a land, which is real awkward.
In Modern, I feel like lands are easier to deal with than enchantments most times. 'Cause you have decks now playing, what is that, Field of Ruins?
Yep. Field of Ruin over sometimes being played over the Ghost Quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And like the bigger thing you're saying with like enchantments starting to go away, we really see a change in like even the old Jund decks played 3 abrupt decays and stuff.
Okay.
We're seeing 1, 2 abrupt decays.
Mhm.
Really trimming down on abrupt decays now. Which I'm still a big fan of the abrupt decay, especially with the growth of control and stuff.
Even though it's not an Amonkhet, I like how Marduk Pyromancer is playing the Bedlam Revelers now.
Oh yeah, from Eldritch.
Mm-hmm.
Opt.
Yeah. Opt.
Simply opt. I frankly didn't expect to see as much play as it is.
Well, it's really good in like Storm decks and stuff too.
With some debt, yeah. Alright, we'll get back to coverage now. We'll get back in this game.
Yeah.
Claypool playing the Silver Gill Adept.
I really like the art on that.
Yeah, the new promo, they did a really good job on the promo. Or for the open house promo.
Yeah. So he has a Lingering Souls in his graveyard, so he can flash that back.
Yep.
There
And then it looks like a Sorin in hand.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I wouldn't. Yeah, all right.
I would have went for
two.
the Sorin and tried to get in with the 4.
Or we just make tokens,
Okay.
and then we get in for 8 next turn.
True.
And let's get these life totals updated. Not really too much has happened, but scoreboard. Claypool is now at 18. Save that. And Claypool drawing a Lord.
That's pretty decent with the spreading she's on his Shambling Vents.
Harbinger looks like, yep. No, it's not Harbinger. It's that's a new card.
No, that's Harbinger. I think it's just foil, so it looks weird.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
He has 2,
2 of them.
but he's gonna miss the trigger on the. Okay, never mind.
And
So he's gonna go down here.
I don't hate this because Claypool is going to have Lord next turn, at least 1 Lord, and be able to have 9 unblockable next turn.
That's ridiculous.
And if he has 2 Lords, he's going to have
12.
12 unblockable.
He has a
which-
Master of the Pearl Trident in hand too.
Oh, he does have the Master as well, so he has 2 Lords, so he can have
See?
12 unblock. Yep.
He has 3 Lords. So the turn
Nice.
after that, it's just lethal.
I think the last card in his hand might be a Mutavault.
Okay.
Yep. So next turn he has
He has a natural state in hand.
yep
Okay.
for the intangible virtue.
Yeah.
Which is what we are talking about. Like Claypool's really set up to win this game, honestly, right now. Like
If he doesn't get some token generation with Sorin out to have this life gain against these Merfolk, it's going to be bad. I don't like the path for the Harbinger here.
Um,
I would have much have liked for him to play the Lord. Well, he couldn't have known that there was a Lord in there, but path it, and then I'm not sure how it responds, but do they lose the Island Walk in middle of combat?
yes. You would have to do it before combat or before blockers are declared.
Okay.
So Tyler declares his attackers,
Mm-hmm.
path it, then you so you declare
You blow
attacker,
'em out.
move to declare blocker step,
Mm-hmm.
path, move to declare blocker step, block.
Okay. Yeah, because he could trade with the Civil Gale Adept here with 1 token, and that doesn't seem like a bad trade whatsoever.
It looks like he pathed at the end of turn, so it's not like he occupied his main phase, so he
True.
can still play, or he has the
Is that collective
the
brutality?
brutality. I like the brutality of
Mhm.
kill Harbinger, look at your hand. Then you get to make him discard the natural state
Mm-hmm.
that's in his hand. And I think this is what Evan's going to go for. And
Okay.
he's going to discard something, maybe another Souls or
A land. Probably a land.
Looks like the Concealed Courtyard.
I would even like him discarding 2 extra ones to get the other escalate.
So you can kill something, look at your hand, and gain 2.
Yep. And deal 2 to the opponent too, I believe.
Yeah, you drain for 2. So you probably take out the Harbinger. Yep. And now Tyler's next turn that was 12 is only going to be for 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, collective brutality only takes.
Instants or sorceries.
Yes.
So you could take the natural state.
Mm.
So you still had a viable thing. I can understand
So he did what? Drain, kill.
drain and kill,
Okay.
which makes sense.
Mhm.
The likelihood of actually hitting an instant or sorcery is like
Extremely low.
3.
Oh, he could have got the natural state.
That's what I was saying.
No.
But even after sideboarding, to hit 3 cards out of 60,
Mm-hmm.
the likelihood of actually hitting it isn't that likely.
Yeah.
So, Lord,
Lord
I have more. Here's another one.
and another.
And a Curse Catcher, I think. He could play the Curse Catcher or just represent have natural state up.
Oh, okay. Oh, because they're both double blue mana, so he can't cast the.
He can't cast the 3rd Lord
Yep.
this turn. So we're just gonna make the attack for 4. Casual 4 next turn comes in for 4/4/4/4/5/5 or 5/4.
Mm-hmm.
So 8/13 next turn, and then the Mutavault.
Yeah,
so
he'll
Mutavault's
definitely
gonna
have
be
it.
another 5, so it'll be 18.
So even with the Sorin activation here.
Even Sorin activation makes Evan still pretty dead.
Now, does Sorin have a kill part of it?
No, it makes a token.
Okay.
It buffs your tokens, or it. I
No
don't
one,
remember.
no one
the-
ever gets to the ulti.
Nobody ever ultimates it. I mean, I'm sure I saw it ulted in standard at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
I think his ulti is pretty good.
I think he
It's
gets
not Nemesis. It's Sullen Visitor.
Solemn Visitor. Thank you. I did get to see a Grim Nemesis ultimate before.
Oh, really?
Yep. It was great. It was one of the funniest moments I've ever seen played. You get an emblem says that at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player sacks a creature.
Okay.
That's not. Well, that's pretty good here. But no. So what happened was, Kazu was playing against somebody playing. What was he playing? Some type of. He had Liliana in his deck. I'm trying to remember what the rest of the deck was. I think it was like a Mardu or something. Maybe Esper.
Okay.
No, it was black white tokens. It was standard black white.
Okay.
And like Heart of Clearance and stuff.
Mhm.
And like he lets this Liliana Last Hope ultimate. So now he's like making all these tokens. And you know, his opponent's like, oh man, this is gonna go for a long time. And Cosmos looks and goes, nah, no it's not. And goes, untap, Fumigate,
Okay.
go up to 40 life, ultimate Sorin Grim Nemesis. Do you know what the ultimate Grim Nemesis
No, I
is?
do not.
You put a 1/1 vampire token with flying on the field where X is your life total.
Wow.
Put 41 tokens, kill him next turn. It
Dang.
was great. It was easily one of the better standard matches I'd seen for a while. Alright.
Oh, he has that Selfless Spirit, right? Give all his creatures indestructible.
Yep.
That's a really good card. It's played in all the green-white aggro list. It's played in Kiki Horde.
He's playing elves.
Yeah.
But it's not going to matter because Claypool's going to have exactly 18
Mhm.
here. Assuming he adds damage correctly.
So he has 3 lords out. So
3 lords. So
4, 8, 12, 16?
it's exactly 18.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, no.
Please
it's-
attack with the other. If Master are both 4,
Mhm.
and then Silvergale and Mutavault are both 5.
Okay, yeah, because they have
So
the...
it's exactly 18.
Yeah, okay.
And it looks like I think Ethan's down there is currently adding up all the damage to make
Mhm.
sure that it's exactly 18. Yep.
Yep.
And there's a handshake.
That was a good game.
That was.
So we'll probably, see Claypool versus Sean? Maybe next round?
Maybe. Hopefully we do have a Lantern player. Not gonna lie, I do enjoy watching Lantern play.
You're one of the worst time for people.
I do.
Oh, did you just see what Tyler did?
What? I didn't see it. I was looking away. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, we were both looking away whenever he did that.
I mean, I was. You saw it.
I didn't see anything.
Bad format. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I would, if it's Claypool versus Lantern, I would love to have that up here.
Oh.
I know Claypool hates the matchup, so it'd be entertaining for
I
me.
think
at least.
everyone hates the matchup.
I don't hate it.
I don't think there's a good
what they're
matchup.
doing.
Like, you have to go fast. Like, super fast.
The I was talking to Carlos about this. Like the black green X, like either Abzan or Jones, they're both not that great because Maelstrom Pulses, Abrupt Decay, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like that's good. Whenever he played it here, I was playing with Jones Shadow, and like game 1 felt really hard. After that, like games 2 and 3, like Ancient Grudge.
Mm.
I've never played a deck that it feels so great against.
Okay.
Like he, even through like he had, because the flashbacks are really relevant. Because even through like Welding Jar,
Mm-hmm.
Welding Jar and Snaring Bridge was just like, all right, shatter. All right, I'll regenerate. All right, flashback, shatter again.
I'm a big fan of Fracturing Gust.
I am a fan of Fracturing Gust as well.
That just seems like a blowout. It's a board wipe for artifacts and enchantments.
Yep, unless they, unless they have the Welding Jar,
Mhm.
like
Then I can only get one of them.
they'll probably protect their Ensnaring Bridge or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Fracturing Gust is really good there, and makes them rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it didn't hit me for a while until I actually got to watch it. Like the amount of recursion that you get from Academy Ruins and the Codex Charters and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, even getting your stuff shattered buys them 1 to 2 turns
Mm-hmm.
to like fin like so.
Yeah.
Destroying the Ensnaring Bridge gave me a 1-turn window to win on.
I feel like Burn would be a decent matchup against it.
The hardest thing is if they start to get, if they get set up before you kill them, they just mill over every burn spell of yours and
Yeah.
let you draw land. Or they let you draw creatures and they have an Ensnaring Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a race to beat them before they get set up.
Yeah.
But we're going to go on break now. All of our rounds have gone by pretty quickly, which is kind of wild. Which is pretty wild because we do have Burn down or Lantern downstairs, so he's either losing quickly or people understand when to concede.
Yeah.
But we'll be back. We're back. Didn't take long this time, like 5 minutes. Because round 3 is already done and we're in round 4 now.
Let's go ahead and fix that timer.
Let me fix
Are
the
they both
round.
2-0?
They're both 3-0.
3. Oh, my bad. Round 4.
3-0 and 0. 3-0 and 0.
And do y'all put these back on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Both players are 0 and 0 currently, and Ryan Wolf. Ryan Wolf versus Chris Gorski.
I played against his 5-color human deck over the tournament last Saturday, and it was such a pain.
Oh my god, Human's a really hard deck. It's a really good deck.
I ended up pulling out the win because like turn 2 he was melee mage naming Scape Shift, turn 3 melee mage naming Prime Time, and then turn 4 I dropped a Madcap,
Oh,
and he just goes
works.
okay whatever,
Yeah, that works too.
because he knew what I was on before we even started playing.
I would say I played against Humans in Columbus in the Open, and like the guy just stomps me in game 1. Game 2, we had a really interesting match. I ended up pulling out game 2, and then like basically what it came down to was game 1 I had a bad hand. Game 2 we actually had an interesting, fun match, and then game 3 he had a bad hand, and I just happened to pull out because he had like a 2-land hand.
Okay.
And like his 2 real creatures he could even play were like Meddling Mage and Thalia's Lieutenant. That was it.
Yeah.
So
There.
looks like they're shuffling up. I'm gonna give them the stomp so that whenever they're ready to get playing, we're good to start commentating on what they doing.
So he is playing the 5-color human variant, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and I think last week. No, we didn't have the camera rolling. Last week.
Mhm.
Yeah, Phantasma was right there in front.
Okay.
He got to play Phantasma against Tim Scroggs
Mhm.
and copy Tim Scroggs' flipped Westville Abbey, which was an Armandal. So Chris got a 9/7 flying indestructible haste and lifelink of his own. And then followed up by Path of Exiling Tim's Armandal.
Yeah, Path of Exile, is that a sideboard card that comes in, or is it mainboard?
I do believe it's typically a sideboard card.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's like a huge percent of the meta.
It is sideboard.
Okay.
If they're even playing, this list is not even played anywhere.
They play the Dismembers.
Yep. Which is fine. Let's see. Because it hits all the same threats you really want to deal with, for the most part.
So he obviously takes the Champion of Paris, or do you think
Vial. He takes the Vial.
You think so?
Yes.
I really like taking the Champion though.
Ryan has kill spells.
Mm-hmm.
He can easily just
Hero's Downfall and stuff.
Hero's Downfall, Fatal Push. Can easily do something like that. Bolt.
Okay.
He can't bolt or downfall of an Aether Vial.
He drew in a Bedlam Reveler. Did he keep a 1-land hand?
He could have. He probably takes out the Freebooter, yep.
Okay.
And then it looks like it.
Wow. That's aggressive.
He's showing the other guy hanging out down there.
Yep.
Like, it was
That's
too
Dakota.
good not to keep. Oh, why? Why represent more information? You could have cast that boy off of the ancient Ziggurat Forest. But it doesn't matter. He's still going to get in there for 3. Ryan Wolf falling to 12.
And he drew another Thoughtseize.
Well.
I think this game's pretty much over.
Hey, he can take out that... No, he can't. Mantis Rider can't be cast next turn on that forest. All right, now I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't play the forest because
Hope and draw into
if he draws into the last color, he can play the Mantis Rider next turn, who is also a human.
Yes. I used to think that card was the best card in Standard.
The card was a great card in Standard.
It was amazing.
You have no idea how many games I lost because I never play creatures with flying, and I always died to a stupid 3/3 flying.
Flying,
Vigilant.
haste, and vigilance.
Yep. Alright, well, here's Thoughtseize.
in the same meta that there was a Monastery Mentor. Or, not, Mentor, yeah, but Swift Spear too.
Yep.
Jeskai decks were rampant.
And it looks like he got rid of that. So can we have this? Yes, he can.
That's a lot of damage.
Yep.
I think he has this.
And all right, we're gonna see an attack for 1, 2, 3 plus 4 more.
8, 9. Because Champion's 5. Thalia's what, 4?
Yeah.
Oh no.
This champion, I think champion's actually a. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So it's 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he doesn't draw into the color mana he needs. So
Sweet Ghost Quarter. That's bad deck building.
Yep.
Ryan, you're dead, bud.
I think he knows. Yeah, he's gonna scoop it up. Now both of his lands that he needed were right on top.
And score is currently 0-1 in favor of Chris Gorski. Oh, alright, no. For a second there, I thought I exited out of this.
Yeah.
But we good. Alright, so I probably am also in favor of taking out the Crackling Doom in Ryan's.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to want more along the lines of targeted removal.
Is that a surgical extraction?
It could be. I didn't see.
I kind of like surgical extraction here. I mean, if you hit like a champion the Parish and stuff, you can take a lot of their damage off the field.
Yeah.
Campbell, I really like that.
Kumbal. Yeah, Kumbal's really good.
He's putting 2 of them in. That was one of the cards he cited in with me whenever I was playing Scape Shift. It destroys me.
I had Kumbal played against me when I was playing Jund Shadow. And, like, the worst thing is Thought Seizing.
Mm-hmm.
And my options are either that or another, like a Thalia.
Yeah.
And I have to take out the Thalia.
Mm-hmm.
And hope that I can draw a team or Battle Rage to make my deck just like, alright, jam spells into this Kumbal and win off a Battle Rage.
Yep. Because every time you play a spell, what, it drains you, right?
For
2?
Yes.
So it's
when your
ridiculous.
opponent plays a non-creature spell, it drains for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might just be instant sorcery. And I can look right here. And this
He
list is
doesn't
not
run.
playing Kimball nowhere. Oh my gosh.
See, if he had Mirren Crusader, I would really like that in this matchup too.
I had Mirren Crusader played against me when I was playing Jund Shadow, and I was like looking at the fact that I still had my Tarfires in at least, but I had no way to deal with it.
Yeah.
I cast a non-creature spell.
Okay. Yeah, that's strong. You would expect it to be more, but I guess just with all the printing of it.
Yeah. Alright, we're still good over here. And alright.
So what? They're running 4 unclaimed territories, 4 caverns, 4 ancient cigarettes.
4. Alright, we'll just go straight to the deck list. Why? Or at least we'll go to this deck list on here.
Hmm.
So it is 4 ancient Ziggurat, 4 Cavernous Souls, 4 Horizon Canopy, that was the other one. 1 Plains, 2 Sea Chrome, and 4 Unclaimed Territory.
Wow.
Which.
And they only play 19 lands with all their mana fixing.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy. Did you see, there was a YouTuber who actually made this list?
Okay.
And before it was big at all. And then some guy ended up taking it to a Grand Prix, I believe.
Nope, it was an open.
Oh, an
Brendan
open.
DeCandio.
Okay, and he did
Oh, no,
really
sorry,
well.
Collins Mullen. My bad. Collins
Okay.
Mullen.
And he did really well and claimed it as his deck. And the YouTuber wasn't mad at all.
Yeah, so Collins Mullen basically takes his deck,
Mm-hmm.
texts the, shows it to all the other guys on his team. It's like, hey, check out this pile.
Mm.
And they were like, yo, this is a pile of trash. Why would you play this? And ended up going undefeated through the Swiss and through top 8. I think, and when I say undefeated, the only reason he went through the Swiss with a draw in the final round.
Mm-hmm. And then as soon as that made anything, everyone wants to play this deck. So it was a huge part of the meta now.
Yeah, because it's really good, and it beats up on a lot of the other top deck strategies. Let's see. Nope, don't want to go forward. Notably, like Storm at the time was huge.
Yeah.
So then I do believe in the top 8 of that in the first round or whatever, one of the first rounds on camera with it. He just plays Meddling Mage, names Grape Shot in game 1, and the Storm player concedes because he can't win the game because that's his only win condition.
Now, normally they run like some. You see some decks running a 1 or 2 of.
1 or 2 of Empty the Warren, or not even 2 of like a 1 of Empty the Warrens on occasion, but even still, like, not every time. The only reason they're doing it now is because of just because of this. But even like, all right, I'm looking at this list here, and it's not playing the it's just playing the Grape Shots.
You always get him with the Goblin Electromancer beats.
Yeah, that's pretty mediocre when you're looking at all the power on the side
True.
of humans, though.
So he ended up mulling down to 6. Ryan did. He's going to keep.
Does he have more than 1 land now?
Yes, he does.
All right, well, he's gonna lead off with Inquisition again.
So
all right.
I'm a fan of taking the Thalia. He has an Aethersorn.
It looked like
Canonist,
4 lands.
Nicosolli, Freebooter, yeah. He drew into another land. That's going to be rough for him.
Alright, looks like he's got lands on Ryan's side. Now he's got all the colors he needs. Looks like he has at least 2 Lightning Helixes.
Yeah.
So
he's probably going to go for the Freeboot here. I was a fan of...
triple Helix. Alright, well, I guess we're going to get this foil one out of here.
Always take the nice one. So what, at end of turn... Oh, he can't...
He can't do it, but he'll just do it on the next turn. He'll fetch, no shock,
Let's
get a Blood Crypt.
Yeah.
I would assume. Blood Crypt or Sacred Foundry. Probably Blood Crypt, I would assume, because we know he's playing Hero's Downfall.
Yeah.
So he can have double black just in case. Yep. Blood Crypt. And
Seems
then
pretty good.
Helix, the freebooter out of the way. Get his Helix back.
That's a lot of burn in hand.
Yes.
And it's really bad for Chris here because he didn't have much creatures in his hand anyways.
Yeah,
He has one other creature, and it's a Aethersworn Canonist, so... Mantis Rider.
Alright, that's pretty good.
Not good against Helixes.
Not good against a handful of Lightning Helixes, but... Alright, Ziggurat.
Think he's going to go for it?
I think he just jammed the most damage here. Or Phantasmal Image copying Freebooter.
Oh, that's why he probably didn't have it in that pile, because Phantasmal Image... Wait, is it only 2 cost?
Yep.
Okay.
So then, this is interesting. So then... Yeah.
He's going to get a bolt back. Phantasmal Image is going to take a bolt. Or
take the same Helix.
Yeah. And then he could just Helix it again.
The difference is the next Helix will...
That was a Bedlam Reveler, I believe, that he just drew into. If so, that'll be pretty decent.
I was going to say, I thought so. So on this one, the last Helix never actually resolves.
Okay.
Because he has to sacrifice it when he becomes targeted, so...
He wouldn't gain life there.
He doesn't. Yep. And he falls back to 19. Oh, man.
Actually, he can't play the Bedlam because he doesn't have double red source.
He can Ghost Quarter his own land.
True.
Which I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen.
Very deliberately.
Forcefully, I don't want you having this Mantis Rider.
It's a lot of damage when you have like more than one on the field.
And like we talked about all the burn he had in hands, but like whenever he has to use it to kill creatures, it's less impressive. And alright, we're gonna see this last one. I wouldn't be surprised to see his Ghost Quarter on his own land.
Yeah.
Because Chris obviously has enough land now that like you're not gonna shut him down by destroying a land.
But what do you think? Which land do you think he's going to sacrifice to it?
Probably the no, nothing. All right.
I would definitely.
Oh, he's gonna go after the tap land. Okay.
That's smart. There it is. And then he gets to draw
the
3 cards
judge.
off this.
The judge promo. Yep. The judge promo mountain.
I actually bought a whole bunch of Bedlam Revelers thinking that they would go up due to this deck. But, you know, overprinting and stuff.
Mardu, Bedlam, Reveler. I think it's 3. Yep, draw 3. Discard your hand, then draw 3.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And prowess, too. Not to be
Alright,
overlooked. He drew a Chandra?
Yep. Drew Chandra, so he has an answer now to the Mirran Crusader.
Mm-hmm.
Because.
Well, he could always block with the Bedlam, too.
Yeah. He can block with Bedlam. But I don't think he wants to give up Bedlam to a
true.
Crusader.
I forget double strike, right?
Yep.
And then also he has the.
Yeah, why do that when you can just. Oh, yeah, now it would really die.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Alright, so that Chandra just got way worse.
He has a concealed courtyard, so he won't be able to play it this turn unless he draws a land off the top. That's rough. That's a bad position to be in.
Yep. Bedlam still cleanly blocks this. Actually blocks Thalia, blocks her lieutenant. And
Wow.
nice. What a draw, Chris. And that goes up by 2. That goes up to that. Doesn't block that anymore. And alright, well,
Dang.
cool.
That's a lot of damage.
And this is what like the humans like. He did look on his back foot through all that hand disruption, and all of a sudden now he's looking at 8, 12,
15,
16
16
damage, and yeah.
You're thinking at this point, like, should he just concede? Because a lot of this stuff is too big for his Bedlam Reveler.
I think Ryan's playing Damnations in his deck.
Okay.
So, like, Damnation kills everything here.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the Mirran Crusader does have the Pro Black.
Mm-hmm. It's not.
Doesn't
receiving
target.
damage,
It doesn't
just
target it,
destroys
so.
Well, even with but with like Anger of the Gods and Master of Waves doesn't die because damage can be done to it from red source. But if it just says destroy everything.
Yep.
That's smart. I like the block there. Because I mean, the block's not going to change next turn anyways.
Yeah, I think he has to get this Crusader off the table though. Oh, P and K and LR. That works good too.
Gives him a little bit of blockers.
Gives him a little bit of blockers, but also he can use it to
Kill
sacrifice and shoot stuff.
Okay, so we got some magic harps as Thopters right here.
Yep, so next turn he would be able to...
They only do 2 damage, right?
Yep.
So Thalia, and then one of Thalia's lieutenants.
Yep.
But still a lot of power on the board, and a champion the Barsh. God. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, again, like, people are like, oh my god, he's drawing amazing, but he's playing 19 lands.
Mm-hmm.
So Horizon Canopy still is a live draw here, because it's a redraw. Almost everything else in the deck is a creature.
Mm-hmm.
And, his bad draw here is, like, Aether Vial.
Yeah.
Here's Downfall, Liliana, and the Chandra still.
I like the Hero's Downfall and the Thalia's lieutenant, of course.
I was gonna say, I like the Chandra, get that guy out of here. 4 damage to it. He's dead.
That's decent. But Chandra's almost not long for this world.
Oh my gosh,
no.
guys. Oh my gosh. Alright, so it needs to be angled towards...
I'll stomp whenever it gets good.
Alright, I mean, it's not super relevant because it's last round, but...
Yeah. Sorry about this camera, guys. You got it. So, he drew into a reflecting mage.
Rest in peace, Ryan.
Yeah.
There's
He
the
knows it.
concession. K-Command wasn't going to do anything
No.
anymore.
No, he was not long for this world. Is that
Alright.
Fidelkian shackles?
No, that is a Engineer Explosives.
Okay. Kozilek's return would have been fantastic a little bit earlier on.
I was going to say, earlier at this point, it's not doing anything
No,
either.
We'll get 2 of them.
Whenever I played against humans with John Shadow, I didn't even side in my K returns because I didn't think that they would. Their guys by turn 3 are going to be big enough. The K return's probably not going to touch them.
Yeah. So he's going with the really expensive version of every card.
Yeah, because he has Painter and Legacy almost completely Masterpiece foiled out. So he has a lot of these cards just already just foil.
Yeah.
But that is going to do it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We have Ryan Wolf, our 140 tonight on Mardu. I said mid-range. It's more the Mardu Pyromancer
No,
deck.
Chris 140.
Or, sorry, yeah, Chris 140 over Ryan Wolf on 5-color humans, which Chris has been playing this for basically since the deck really popped up in Modern. Chris was like, well, I already have almost everything for it. Might as well finish it up. And Chris has been doing pretty well with it here on FNMs. I think the first week he brought it to, he also 4-0'd that night too.
Okay.
Or at least 3-1. So, congrats, Chris. I'm once again, we're going to come back up to our charming faces. I'm Wyatt Gehring,
I'm Austin Henry.
and thank you for watching.